Now from Angel Stadium in Anaheim, Major League Baseball on tap. It's the Heroes and the Los Angeles Angels.
Major League World Series Game 7, whole lot of cap for real. We ready to be done. I used to just do it for fun. For real, now we gotta get to it and hustle, man. We gotta get to the funds. The pressure been stacking up tons. We on our way up, just trust. Baby, we winning, they throwing no ones. Baby, I'm saying it ain't what it was. Okay, no, they watching what they say.
John Shambi along with Chris Singleton. Well, Singy, as we come into this one, it's all about the sweep.
Yeah, and anytime there's a chance for the Bruins to come out, the pressure is definitely on. We'll see if they can find a way to salvage at least one in this series.
First pitch coming your way next. And getting the start for the Angels, Grayson Rodriguez. What's the scouting report on him?
With the height, the release point creates a lot of tilt on his pitches. So coming into the zone, really hard for the hitters to get on plane. Makes it very difficult for the hitters to guess.
Okay, all set to go. Leading off, Chang.
Shortstop, number 1.
And we're off and running from Anaheim. 0-1 down. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2.
Top of the order speedster. You'd really like to see him work his way on. He can get around the bases in a hurry, but a little too aggressive, maybe a little anxious.
The 1-2. Out towards right center field. Adele on the move. And there's one down. All right, let's take a look at the lineup. The sluggers in this lineup might not be too happy about the fact that the wind is blowing in today, Chris.
Yeah, and you hear pitchers talk about how good it feels when the wind is at their back. And for hitters, you almost feel like beyond just the pitcher coming at you, you've got this other force coming against you. So important to try to get on top of the ball in terms of hitting line drives, maybe really hard ground balls with a good exit velocity that'll get you a base hit, because it's very frustrating. You just hit one on the screws, think it's going to go out of the ballpark, and an outfielder is camped underneath it in front of the warning track.
That one close, ruled a ball. Ball 1. I thought that was a strike, and here's a challenge. It just shaved the zone. So they've still got both their challenges. Just starting things out here in Angel Stadium. And that one upstairs, ball 1.
His understanding of the strike zone, very impressive. That was a very close 0-2 fastball. I just don't know how you take that.
Ground ball right side. Shanuel takes it to the bag. Nice efficient start to the afternoon. That's 2 out.
Number 24.
And stepping in, the rookie left fielder, Chen. Looking to stay hot after yesterday's game. 4 for 5 in that one. Bounced up the middle. Peraza fires over to first. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. And now the Angels will get their first opportunity in this one. No score. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back here at Angel Stadium and on the hill, Russ Sheets. What do you look for here?
Well, last time out, picked up the win, didn't allow a run, pitched extremely well. He doesn't have to be perfect, but if he can give another performance like last time out, his team will be happy.
Digging in, Nolan Shanuel. That one finds the zone. That is strike 2.
Well, he didn't like those first 2 pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole. He's going to have to battle. Hope he gets a mistake.
Cold strike 3 on the fastball. And that ran back over the inner half. All right, let's take a look at the Angels lineup. And a big factor for them in recent games, Yoan Moncada.
Well, this guy's been hitting the ball out of the park. He's really making every at-bat count for something. An on-base percentage just under 500 over his last 10 games.
Here's Trout. Sliced hard but foul. Oh and 2 now.
Ball.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Not the best location with the fastball on strike 3, but when you're pumping high 90s, you'll get away with some of those. More margin for error. You know, the fastball has become such a huge strikeout pitch in the sport, and I think a lot of it has to do with all the attention and emphasis on improved spin rates. These fastballs are just exploding out of the pitcher's hands and jumping through the zone.
Two down, nobody on. Gets the call, and it's 0-2.
Looks really sharp at the start of this one. This is how it's going to be today. It's going to be a tough one for this lineup.
Got him. Strikes out the side to begin the game. What a start. Scoreless after 1.
When they correct, I speak the truth, then I spit facts. Big racks, what I stack, ain't no chit chat. I'm on the move, making moves till my hit snaps. Arthritis, probably from all nighters. Kicking nothing but fire, but I don't mean palm.
Back in Anaheim, on now to the top half of inning number 2. Lee digs in now. That one hammered, but pulled foul. Lee wrapped out 4 hits in his last game. The 0-1.
Ball.
Rodriguez, in his 3rd season, 26 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2018. And a foul ball. 2-2 now. And there's a ball. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Man, that's a tough one to take on the full count, but I guess he saw it really well. It's a really nice plate appearance.
And now Lynn checks over to first, back safely. Went deep in the ball game last night. On the ground, right side, and foul ball. Second inning here, no score. And that one finds its way through. Lead runner holds up. They're at first and second with nobody out.
Big rip off the bat there. Some seriously loud contact on that knob. Didn't bring in the run, but he got him that much closer to taking the lead here. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ball game.
Here's the center fielder, Stuart Fairchild.
Ball.
The 1-0. That one way inside.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Chinese Taipei looking to strike first here in the 3rd and final game of the series. Next offering is down low.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
And that'll load the bases.
Oh, that sets up a really big at bat in this game. These are the moments when everyone in the stadium gets really locked in.
Jonathan Long, the next to hit. Golden opportunity right here. This is again 5 in a row. Chinese Taipei with a chance to score first here at the top of the second. That one fouled hard the other way.
Maybe a strikeout when you need a ball perhaps on the ground for a double play, or get yourself a pop-up, something, but you've got to make some pitches. But if he can battle and get through this, he can earn some points.
Fights it off. You'll see another. Bases loaded, nobody out. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And that is a big first out.
Well, it's talked about a lot, but a good high fastball in a two-strike situation, it's just become such a problem for hitters in more recent years. But with all of the emphasis by pitchers on developing that spin rate, having a good grip on the baseball, those high fastballs, they kind of look like to the hitter that they're rising, even though they're not, but they're not decreasing in velocity and spin rate. So very difficult to get the barrel on.
The 1-0.
Pressure's on right here. 2-0 count, bases loaded. You don't want to fall to a 3-ball count and then walk in a run. He's got to challenge the hitter right here.
Here's a 2-0. This one's blistered. No doubt about it. Out of here. Grand slam. Third home run of the season. And they jump ahead in the second. It's 4-0.
One big swing, and that turns the tables on this one. And when you come to the plate with the bases loaded and you've got some pop, you know it's hard not to think about the chance to hit a grand slam. And that can be a trap sometimes, but not right here. He sees the opportunity, put a great swing on it, and now they're working with the lead.
Sal Hong getting ready to hit.
He's been tearing it up at the plate recently, working on a 5-game hitting streak.
Ball 1.
Outside, and that's ball 1.
Well, a really rough inning out there on the mound, and this is one of those where you learn a lot about a guy's toughness and his ability to turn the page and keep pressing forward.
Just missed.
He's been raking in recent games, and a big reason why, getting ahead in counts. He's been able to do that consistently, and you see the results.
Pitch
Ball
misses
3.
there. 3 balls, no strikes. Fastball for a strike. Swing and a miss. That's strike 2.
Then he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
I'm not saying it wasn't a strike or, you know, it was a ball, whatever, but just the location with that velocity. It's hard enough to, even if the velocity's not great, but that velocity, that location, tip your cap.
And now the shortstop, Chang. Maybe expecting a bunt here. Third baseman playing in on the edge of the grass. Two down, nobody on. Hard on the ground to first. He takes it on his own, and they're happy to just get off the field after that frame. But they leave their mark on the inning as we get another look at the grand slam. It's now a 4-0 ball game. Bottom of the second. So now the Angel cleanup hitter, Joe Adell.
C-Ride. Ball.
He really committed to that fastball up at the top of the zone. He knows that if he makes a mistake in the zone, it gets hit hard by a power guy like this. That's a nice miss right there.
The 1-1. And that skips into dirt. Foul ball. 2-2 now. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. 2-2 now. Make it 4 strikeouts in a row. Just cruising along.
With that kind of velocity, an elevated fastball, even if it's still in the strike zone, can be tough for hitters to get on top of.
Here's the shortstop at the plate. Zach Neto. Neto wants to challenge this. Thought it was a ball. Barely a hair out of the zone, but it was a ball. They'll keep both their challenges.
When you throw a fastball by a guy like that, I imagine it's got to feel incredible. Look for him to throw it again at some point.
Not close with that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Line drive, base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
He made that look easy, keeping his bat in the zone on plane for a long time. That leads to a high contact rate and more barrels, Boog. Even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
Checks over to first, back safely.
I think you want to get a one-way lead, be very aggressive in the secondary. This hitter not a power guy, so you want to make sure that you can get some length on the secondary lead and perhaps score on a ball in the gap. Sold it really well with the arm speed, swung underneath it, so a changeup that stayed a little bit more on plane than what he was anticipating.
Ball 2.
On the ground right side, and that one finds its way through. And now 2 aboard. Jorge Soler up at the plate. Hitless in the first 2 games of the series. He's 0 for 8. Close, but called a ball. And that is ball 1. Looked like a strike to me. And here comes the challenge. It just shaved the zone. Still 2 challenges left for them. Two on, 1 out. And it's fouled away. Here's the 0-2. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Well, it can be so tough as a hitter to pull yourself out of an extended slump, one that lasts for several games, even a week or more. You know, right now, he's really in one, so I'm sure his mind is all over the place, racing, having a hard time sleeping, trying to figure out what can get him back on track, back to feeling more comfortable and settled in the box.
Two on, 2 outs. Swing and a miss at a slider. Next offering is fouled back. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. First and second, 2 down. Bottom half of inning number 2. got him swinging for the K. Angels strand a couple. They trail it here 4-0. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been playing well.
White walls on the tires, shoes on the wire. Told a couple shorties at the swap to hit my lineup. Be careful what you wear to avoid getting lined up. Old school shoes on my feet, but they shined up. Not a neighborhood cooking out, about to grab a plate. Told a homie good looking out. Everybody
right through there for a strike. Chang matched a homer in his last game. A changeup missing, and a count even 1-1. The 1-1 is fouled off.
No.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
And it remains 2-2. In the air, right field. And there's one away. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. Now the left fielder, Chen, rolled out to second in his first at bat. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes.
Wow, good luck catching up to that one.
And they'll do it again. The 0-2. Swing and a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Now batting, second base.
Lee will hit next. He walked and came around to score his first time up. Pop foul out of play off to the right. Runner on the go. Pitch inside. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag.
Well, I'm sure that steal will raise a couple of eyebrows because of this big lead, but I think it's more respect for their opponent, knowing that they've got to continue to add on if they're going to win this game. Don't take it as an offense. Take it as a sign of respect.
Man at second. Check swing. He went, and the count is 1-2. He goes down looking.
Just locked him up right there for the second out, and that's an at-bat he's probably going to be thinking about for a little while. Didn't pull the trigger. Not how you want to go down in an RBI spot, so now you got to hope your teammate behind you can pick you up.
At the plate, Lin. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far.
Ball, no.
Man on second, 2 down.
High.
Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Chase Silseth, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Number 70 getting loose as well. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike. Way inside, gets out of the way. Runner at second, 2 down. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Missed with a changeup and a full count now.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. On the outside corner, got him looking. Chinese Taipei out front 4-0. Back here at Angel Stadium, so in now for the Angels, Oswald Peraza.
Oi!
Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. And that turns the lineup over.
Up next for the Angels.
Back to the top of the Angels lineup. Nolan Shanuel digs in now. Struck out looking his first time. Runner takes off. Pitch in for a strike. Throw to second. On a bounce. Safe.
You don't usually see teams try to claw back into games by being aggressive on the base pass like this, but it's still early in this one. This kind of tells me they're going to try to tackle this one 1 run at a time instead of waiting back for a big 3-run homer.
Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Here in the last half of the 3rd. Runner goes again. Pitch is high. Throw to third. He's safe. The 1-1. There's a strike. Swing and a ball popped up. Makes the grab on the run. 1 down.
Up next for the Angels, center fielder, Mike Trout.
Here's Mike Trout. His first at bat was a strikeout.
No, that's a ball.
No. Looks more focused at the plate and working the count after that first at bat strikeout.
That one misses. Ball 3.
In this situation, he's trying to get you to pop something up or jam you. That's a really good take, knowing you got an opportunity to drive in a run here.
Here's a 3-0. And ball 4 to a board.
He's making things difficult for himself right now out there on the mound, but you know his confidence should still be high enough to get out of this, but he's gonna have to buckle down right here.
Runners in the corners here, 1 away. Yoan Moncada with a chance to hit. That one misses. That's 5 straight.
Here's an opportunity. If you're going to get back in this game, you have to take advantage of this situation. This feels like their chance.
Check swing, and he went. Strike 1. Two on, 1 out.
Ball 2, down.
Two. And that
Ball
one
3.
almost hit him. Runners at the corners, one away. Here in the third and final game of the series. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Picks up strikeout number 7.
Quite the start to this game on the mound. Looking very dangerous to these hitters. 7 punch-outs already. So this lineup hasn't had much success trying to figure him out. I'm impressed with what we're seeing here.
In the air to left center. Fairchild under it. And that's the third out. Angels strand a couple. They're on the short end of a 4-0 score. Welcome back, and take a look at some hot hitting in this series as we check out the numbers. Just missed.
Down.
Well, these guys showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. Pitch count is pretty high, and they've plated 4 runs already, so I think it's safe to say their game plan is working out pretty well right now.
Not in time. He's safe.
This was the perfect spot to drop the bunt for a hit. I mean, he used his bat as a tool up there to direct the ball exactly where he wanted it to go and look smooth doing it at the same time. Really well done, and the defense right there stood no chance.
Man at first, nobody out. Now it's the DH, Jonathan Long. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time.
That's a ball.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1. There goes the runner. Ball outside. And that's a stolen base, not even close. Man at second. Base hit center field. Coming home. He'll score. It's an RBI single, and it's 5-0.
Well, that was a great job of letting that runner steal second base, get into scoring position, come through with the base knock. You add a run.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Grayson Rodriguez gives way, and this is one he'd like to forget. Back with a new arm after this. Chase Silson gets the ball now.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
Man at first, and here is Wooten. Here's your 1. Pitch kicks away from Darno. And it's a ball and a strike as the runner holds. Pitch kicks away from Darno. And now a man into scoring position.
You know, sometimes it takes a reliever a little time to get comfortable with the mound out there, especially when they come in trying to be nasty with every pitch they throw. Not exactly what they were looking for when they called him in, though. We'll see if he can settle down.
Just
that's
missed.
a ball.
Check swing, but he went too far. Now 3-2. That's a good at bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk.
63.
First and second, no outs. Sal Hong getting ready to hit. He's 0 for 1.
Really good job in this spot to get ahead in the count. He's going to have to finish off this hitter.
Late on that fastball. Good job to fight that one off. Traffic on the bases with one already in. Top half of inning number 4. In there, sets him down on strikes.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
So back to the top of the order. Now here is Chang.
This guy absolutely flies. The defense wants to turn 2, but they've got to get a ball they can do it with. Make sure you get the first out before you try to rush and get 2 and end up with nothing.
Drive.
Long on second. Wooten at first. One gone. And a foul ball.
Ball.
Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. Long rounds third, headed for the plate. In comes the run from second.
Comes through with the RBI.
Now
Just a
back.
simple ground ball the other way. They
Number
had eyes on
99.
it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
Now here is Yu Chang.
Ball 1.
Chang went deep in his most recent game. Two on, one out. Swing and a fly ball, well struck left field. He's got it. Runner tagging from third. He's in on the sac fly. It's 7-0.
So that's the third run of the inning, and this team is doing a nice job of executing at the plate right now.
There comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Chase Silseth out of the game, and he's responsible for the runner on second, so the book isn't closed on him yet. We'll be right back.
Now pitching for the
Brent
Angels.
Suter on to pitch here.
Well, he's been a really tough guy to take deep this season. You usually have to string some hits together in order to get to him.
Next to hit, Chen. 1 for 2.
He's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone else is in slow motion, and he's in full speed.
That's in there. That's strike 1. Chen came up with 4 hits in his last game. Here's a rip to short, but he's there for the third out. 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left. To the bottom of inning number 4 now. Chinese Taipei out front here, 7-0. Back in Anaheim, bottom 4.
Clearly down in this ball game, and you can't look at the deficit and try to get it all back in one swing. It's got to come one at bat at a time, and even shrink it down smaller, pitch to pitch. Make that pitcher work to get you out. This is one of those times when you want to be aggressive. Go ahead and pitch to contact. Let the defense work behind you. You've got a nice, comfortable lead. Don't try to be too fine.
That one catches the zone. That is strike 2.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Strikeout number 8. Josh Lowe, the next to hit for the Angels. 1 for 1 with a single so far.
Hook one.
And that one fouled off. The Halos with a lot of ground to make up. We're here in the bottom of the 4th.
Ball, no.
Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Two. And downstairs. Ground ball left side, and it goes just foul. 9th pitch of the at-bat due next. Swing and a miss. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout. 2 outs, base is empty. Next is the designated hitter, Jorge Soler. He struck out swinging at his first at-bat.
Ball.
Chris, he's been one of the most powerful hitters in baseball this year. His home run numbers are good enough to put him top 5 in the league.
Yeah.
In for a strike. 1 and 2. Swings through it for the K. And he strikes out the side for the 2nd time today. Chinese Taipei have the advantage 7-0. Back here at Angel Stadium, new inning getting started. Lee now at the plate. And that is out of play. Lee with a homer in his last game. And the 0-1. Hard ground ball, base knock. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Now batting, right fielder.
And now here is Lynn.
Outside.
Lynn measures 6 feet even, 29 years old, and he's a native of Taiwan. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. Throw back in quickly, 1st and 2nd now with nobody out.
Now batting for the Heroes.
So up next, Stuart Fairchild.
Ball 1.
Next
Ball 2.
offering is downstairs.
He's getting a little frustrated out there on the mound, getting hit around a little bit. Let's see if he can settle himself down.
Huh.
And that's
Ball.
way high. And that's ball 3. Ripped, but it curls foul.
Looked like you got a little excited on that fastball. Got to think to yourself, I want to stay up the middle. That way, if you're a little bit early, you hit it out of the ballpark. If you're a little late, opposite field up.
Fairchild thought that one missed, and here comes a challenge. Good eye at the plate. They'll overturn the call. So they've still got both their challenges. And now the DH, Jonathan Long.
He was the big part of the field last time. Nice liner to center. The opportunity for a huge inning exists right here. Bases loaded, nobody out. But as a hitter, can't be over anxious. That pitcher's up against the wall. Make him come to you.
0-2 now as he swings through it.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way.
Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. One runs in. Another comes in to score. It's 9-0.
Now batting, first baseman.
First and second
39.
and nobody out. And here's the first baseman, Wooten. He's already homered in this game. On the outside corner, 0-1. On the ground right side. And that's just foul. Got him. Now 1 away.
And he'll be beating himself up on the way back to the dugout. Got a pitch to hit and just couldn't get to it. I think that slider really caught way more of the plate than it was supposed to.
2 aboard with 1 out. Here's the catcher to hit, Sal Hong, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Check swing called strike. And it's 0-1. Traffic on the bases with 2 already in to score, and we're in the top of the 5th. And a pop-up right side, foul territory. 2 away.
Now batting, shortstop, number 1.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Brent Suter will depart, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this.
Now pitching for the
Number
Angels.
70 takes over on the mound.
Well, he's had trouble at times keeping the ball in the park this season. Something to keep in mind here.
Back to the top of the order now. And now, Chang.
RBI knock for him last time. Now a chance to drive in another run.
First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Ball 2.
Two aboard, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. And it's 2-2. Got him swinging for the strikeout. They limit the damage here. Home half of the 5th coming up. Chinese Taipei on top here, 9-0. It's a bit of a blowout now, which gives us a bit more freedom here in the booth.
I'm not sure that's a good thing.
All right, singing in ballpark entertainment. You got a favorite mascot race?
Yeah, I love what they do in D.C. with the former presidents.
Somebody always gets tackled. They always get hurt.
I know, and it's just crazy. Imagine running around in those big, bulky suits, and somebody's always going to go down.
The 1-0. Swing and a ground ball off the middle. That's a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Up next for the Angels, second baseman, Oswald.
Next to hit, Oswald Peraza. Single to right in his first trip.
You know,
That's
these
the ball.
Angels finding ways to get on base, but they still need help driving them home. They've had their chances with runners in scoring position, but nobody's been able to deliver a big hit in those situations.
And the 1-0.
And you got to give some credit to the other side as well. They've been able to get out of a few tough jams, but frustration is mounting for this offense, no doubt.
Hammered down the right side, but foul. Darno on at first, nobody out. Battling here as he fouls it away. And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout.
The Angels, first baseman, Nolan.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Russ Sheets won't go any further, and a nice effort out of him, no doubt. New arm coming on. We'll be back for that in a moment.
Now pitching,
Chad
number
Chen
20.
taking over on the mound.
Compared to some days, this is a pretty low leverage appearance for him, so he should be fairly free and easy out there. You still have to keep yourself sharp and attack the strike zone.
Back to the top of the order. Now it's the Angels leadoff man, Nolan Shanuel.
That's
Check
a
swing to
check.
the first
Did he
pitch.
swing?
Look down to third. No swing. And Chris, his home run numbers this season are good enough to rank him in the top 10 in the league. The lefty, the 1-0. And he grounds one to the right side. They get one. Puts the tag on him, and it's a double play. Inning over on the ground out. Took just 2 pitches to finish the frame out of the bullpen. Chinese Taipei with the lead 9-0. We're back with a look at key moments so far in this one. The batter now, Yu Chang.
Third baseman, number 99.
Swung on and fouled off, and he'll need a new bat. Line drive, he brings it down. Nice play.
Clearly stole a base hit right there. Excellent job. Great athleticism by the shortstop to make that leapy catch to bring it down. It was a line drive headed for the outfield.
Now Chen. Chen with 4 runs batted in his last game.
I was really impressed with how he came through for the team in that last game, Boog. The all-time leader in 4 RBI games, Lou Gehrig with 101. I'm just a little further down the list, Boog, with 4.
Outside low, and it's 2-1. That clips the corner. Chinese Taipei up big in this one, and we're in the top half of the 6th. That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going. Here's a 2-2. On the ground to the left. Moncada tossed to first. 2 quick outs to open the top of the 6th.
Now batting, second baseman, number 50.
Here's the second baseman, Lee.
He's hitting for that pop. Came out of the gates really strong.
Hey!
This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. And that'll do it. Chinese Taipei have the lead, 9-0. And we're back with a series sweep very much in play, Siggy. Sizable lead, so keep those brooms handy.
A sweep can really send shockwaves through a clubhouse, Boog. One team surging forward, the other left searching for answers.
Movement in the bullpen. Kai Ray, a right-hander with big strikeout stuff, is getting it fired up. Number 96 warming up as well.
Hey!
Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
That looked like a case of deciding to swing no matter what. That pitch was way up. Nice job of the pitcher knowing that this hitter's looking for something up that he can drive, but he just expanded the zone to his advantage.
The 2-2 on the way. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. 1 up, 1 down.
Up next, the Angels. Third baseman, Moncada.
And now Yoan Moncada, a switch hitter batting right. He swings and fouls one off. The Angels with a lot of ground to make up here in the bottom of the 6th. That one's in there, and it's 0-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. This one smacked out to left center. And that's a base hit. And that's a 1-out single.
He went up there and got it with 2 strikes. I'm not going to leave this in the umpire's hands. I'm going to be aggressive. It was in a location where you could get those arms extended that he loves to do. So nice job right there coming back in that at bat.
Here's Joe Adell. Now it's belted deep to left, way out of here. Home run. A gigantic blast, and they cut into the deficit. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I can feel that swing from the booth. What I love about this swing is he stayed tall, allowed his hands to go directly to the baseball, letting that bat head get down through the ball to create backspin and hit it out of the ballpark. Really nice job.
One down. Stepping in, Zach Neto.
Here.
0-1.
Ball
Just missed. In the air, right field, Lynn on his way over. Pulls it down and he makes the catch.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
So in now for the Angels, Josh Lowe.
That's a strike.
And that one pulled foul. Two down, nobody on. And the 2-2. Struck him out looking. Two-run shot for the Angels this inning. And it's now a 9-2 ball game. We go to the top of the 7th. Leading off, Lynn.
Number 77.
That
No.
one misses, and it's 1-0.
No.
Swing and a bouncer. That's the first out, the top of the 7th.
Now batting for Chinese Taipei, center fielder Stuart Fairchild.
Now at the plate, Stuart Fairchild. Maybe expecting a bunt here. Third baseman playing in on the edge of the grass.
No. Outside.
Fairchild wants another look at the called strike. It's a challenge. And that one just barely missed. The call is overturned. They'll keep both their challenges. Two-0. Fastball is outside. There's the strike. And now 3-1. Line drive, base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Well, when you fall behind in the count, you've got to come into the zone, and then guys have a better chance of hitting the ball hard like you did right there.
And next is the designated hitter, Jonathan Long.
Ball.
The 1-0. Swinging a foul straight back. Man at first, one away. Rips one to right. He makes the grab.
Now batting, first baseman, number 39.
So digging in, Wooten. He's already homered here in this one.
Ball, too high.
And a 1-1.
Ball.
Fairchild leads off first with 2 down to the inning. On the ground, right side, and foul ball.
He was a little out front, but did a good job keeping the hands back long enough to foul that pitch off.
Next one is off the plate, and now it's 3-2.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
And that's a base hit. Headed for the plate. Relay throw home. He will score. And it's an 8-run lead. Here's the catcher, Sal Hong. 0 for 3 in this one. Up the middle. The throw to second is offline.
Well, an error like that, you look at the scoreboard and you kind of wonder if they are losing focus out there. And look, it can be tough to stay locked in when you're getting blown out. We've all been there. And I'm not saying that's definitely what happened on this play, but it's not a great look.
2 aboard, 2 outs. Now it's the shortstop, Chang. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most.
Well, he gets to balls that get by most people at that position. Just really impressive because there's certain times the ball comes off the bat, automatically that team.
Peraza fires over to first. They limit the damage here. 1 run in the inning, but they leave 2. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. Chinese Taipei on top 10-2.
Now pitching.
So they turn things over to the righty, Kai Ray.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
Now it's the DH, Jorge Soler. And first offering is fouled off.
Ball.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
And there's another strikeout, and those are just continuing to pile up. His confidence level has got to be dropping. He's got to find a way to make an adjustment, Boog, get back on track. His team needs him.
Travis d'Arnaud will come up to hit.
Ahoy! Ball.
And that's downstairs. And it's 2-1. Top of the zone for a called strike. And here's a challenge. That looked like it missed him. Barely a hair out of the zone, but it was a ball. They'll keep their remaining challenge. And there's a foul ball. Payoff pitch. Hard hit, right side. Sends it to first. And there are two down.
For the Angels, second baseman,
Oswald Peraza, the next to hit for the Angels. Dribbled up the third baseline. Angels retired 1-2-3. Chinese Taipei out front here 10-2. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the eighth. Drew Pomeranz.
And he's got a big-time breaking ball to contend with. Hitters are going to have to pick it up early if they're going to have any chance.
Digging in, Yu Chang.
third baseman, number 99.
Pitch
No,
misses.
that's a ball.
And that's ball one.
Ha!
Pomeranz, a former All-Star, 37 years young. He joined the team as a free agent. Swinging a foul straight back.
Ball.
Next
Ball.
pitch is downstairs. Stays alive. And a payoff pitch. Got him swinging. Here's the left
Now
fielder,
batting,
Chen.
left fielder, number 24.
And first offering is fouled off.
Ball. No.
Action in the Angels bullpen. Kirby Yates, the veteran right-hander, appears to be loosening up. Chinese Taipei up big in this one, and we're in the top of the eighth. Late with the swing there. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Very strong coming out of the pen so far as he punches out the first two batters he's faced in this one, getting straight to work. Man, it's talked about a lot, but relievers are just so electric these days. These aren't fun at bats if you're a hitter. I'm so glad I'm retired.
High fly ball, right field. Adele settles under it, and that is that. Chinese Taipei on top here, 10-2.
I can see it in their conscience, and I know they all watching. I've been balling since the YMC. Hey, know the work.
Bottom of the eighth. Now it's the Angels leadoff man, Nolan Shanuel.
Well, they've kept him pretty quiet in this series. Still doesn't have a knock. I know you want to get that first knock out of the way. Maybe more will come, but you got to give some credit to the pitching staff. They've had a great plan against him.
To the right side, and that one handled. Leadoff man is out here in the eighth.
Angels, center fielder, Mike.
And now Mike Trout. Up the middle, and that chance handled. Tosses to first. Got him.
Up next for the Angels, third baseman.
Two down, bases empty. Here's the third baseman, Yoan Moncada. 1 for 3.
Z-Ride.
And that one almost got him. 2 down, nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. And a big swing and a miss.
No, that's too high.
Chases the fastball up the ladder, struck him out. Angels held in check, and the deficit stays at 8. It's 10-2. Back in Anaheim, their offense has produced a lot of hits so far, as we see from the spray chart.
Yeah, when a team has this many knocks, a lot of the time it gets clustered to one side or another. Not today. They're hitting it all over the field.
Just
Ball
missed.
inside.
Sliced hard, but foul down the left side. Out towards right center field. Adele on the move to the gap. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch.
Now
One
batting
away.
for the Heroes, center fielder, Stuart Fairchild.
So up next, Stuart Fairchild.
Hee-haw!
That one hammered, but pulled foul. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Just misses the mark outside the zone.
That's a foul ball.
Foul ball. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
No,
That's
a
awfully
ball.
close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
Inside. Ball 3. Fights it off. He'll see another. Payoff pitch. Whacked out to center field. That's well struck. Going back on this one. And that one is going to go. A towering shot to center. His 4th home run of the season. And they add a run. It's 11-2.
The count was full, but he was ready to swing it. Boog, I wasn't sure he hit that one as hard as he needed to get it out of here, but it had just enough behind it for the homer. What an attempt at the wall, though. He really gave a terrific effort to try and bring that one back.
Next is the designated hitter, Jonathan Long.
Ball. High.
1 out, bases empty, and a run in here at the top of the 9th. Way out front for strike 2.
That's a ball.
Out into left center for a line drive base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Wooten will hit next. Oh,
Ball
he doesn't
1.
get the call. Ball 1. Just caught the zone by a whisker, and the call is overturned. So they get to hang on to their 2nd challenge. Gets him to chase after that one. Long leads off first with 1 away.
Well,
Ball.
that's kind of what you expect in an 0-2 count. Excellent job of the hitter to have the plate discipline to lay off of that pitch.
Goes down looking for the strikeout. That was pretty nasty.
Well, just excellent location on that inside fastball. Really locked him up. And as a hitter, it's not typically what you're looking for. You're trying to protect away and then in, so you can be a little bit tardy with 2 strikes. Hard to tell if he was fooled or if he thought it would be called a ball, but either way, that's a really nice pitch.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Drew Pomeranz departs. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching for the
Kirby
Eagles,
Yates gets the
number
call from the pen.
39.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
Now a chance for Sal Hong.
D-Ride.
Here comes the 0-1. And that one ripped to left. And that is that. A new arm into the game, the righty, number 96. Hasn't pitched in the last 3 days. Now it's the right fielder, Joe Adele.
Hit an absolute tape measure shot last time up.
Ball 1.
Here's a 1-1. Foul ball there. Oof. That one went straight back and got our ump right in the mask. Let's hope he's okay.
Ball 2.
Got him. One away.
Came inside with that two-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with two strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
Neto batting with one down, takes a strike. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2. Now he breaks his bat. Lee gets it to first, and 2 away now.
Well, as a hitter, it can be kind of tough. You get a hard-throwing reliever that comes in the ball game. You don't know exactly what his pitches are doing, and that clearly blew him up on the hand, sawed off that bat. Tell you what, the bat companies, they're pretty happy when guys like this come in out of the bullpen.
Angels down to their final out. So in now for the Angels, Josh Lowe.
Ball.
Swings and sends a rocket to right. That's the ball game.
9 wins in a row. It's such a good feeling right now with this club that no one wants to be the player that causes the team to lose. In fact, they're looking at ways, each player, every day they come to the ballpark, how can I help us win today? And this is a great feeling. It's like being in the playoffs when individual statistics don't matter. It's all about the team W.
11-2 the final tally, and the road team picks up the win and picks up a sweep. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.
Pull up on, hop in, ride out, like this, crank the window, pissed off, hop out, hit the block, say what's up, put some in the wind, to the grill, rest up, wake up, do it again. At school on the right, I used to go there. Everybody, mama and cuz used to go there. Can't forget sister and brother now. Oh yeah, if anybody dissed the door, we like, whoa there. Right there used to be the project houses. Then they got flipped with the rent on thousands. Moved the folks out near 45, so you might as well say they pay rent on islands. Over there used to be the West Side Club. Every night packed with the West Side Cubs, West Side players and the West Side thugs.